What's up, and welcome to episode 14 of the I Am No Jedi podcast. I am your host, of course, Geoff, and I'm here with my daughter, Ava.
Hey.
We are here tonight. We haven't done a show in a while, but we're here tonight to talk about the new Maul Shadow Lord animated series. So we're going to do our top 5 scenes so far. There's been 4 episodes so far, so we'll talk about our top five scenes. Talk about some possible cameos that we might see within the show. And then at the very end, we're going to talk about Savage's brother, Savage Opress, in our spotlight.
Do you know what you just said?
What did I say?
You said Savage's brother, Savage.
Oh, sorry. Maul's brother, Savage Opress.
There we go.
Yes, the Ava's here to keep me on track. All right, so before we get started, let me go ahead and hit the drop, and then we'll get rolling. All right, so first things first, we are going to do our top 5 scenes so far in the Maul Shadow Lord animated series. So like I said, it's through 4 episodes. I think the newest episodes will be coming out tomorrow. So let me go ahead and bring up the ranking board here, and we will get started. As always, Ava, you get to go first, and we'll start from... Start at 5. We'll start from the bottom up. Which side do you want? You want to be this side or this? All right, so we'll do right here. So this is your first one. What is your first scene?
This isn't one specific scene. What's the lizard guy's name?
Iko Diodare, I think, or something like that. I have it written down. His name is, Iko Diodaki.
Okay, thought so. Okay, so I like when he randomly just disappears. Especially like when he's talking to the police guy, and then he just disappears out of thin air. Just gone.
Just gone. Yeah, he does do that pretty well.
Just gone.
Yeah, I do like that. So let's just go Daki disappear. It'll fit. All right. So my scene at number 5 also has to do with Iko Diodaki. It's when we first really see him use the Force, when they're having that chase scene, and he jumps down right in the middle of the highway, and he does the 11 Stranger Things, flips the car over his head like 11 does in season 1. And then when Maul comes out and sees him, he like makes the bridge break, and like everybody's kind of falling off the bridge, and then he basically uses the Force to hold the bridge up,
Forgot about the whole car thing.
Yeah, that was, I think that was in the first episode.
First or second.
First or second, yeah, for sure. Daki flips car is my number 5.
You just wrote Daki flips.
Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. All right, so what is your number 4 scene?
The scene where Maul like takes over the Pikes, and they like use that decoy and all that, and he like kills the guy and then says, "You're the new leader," or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where he like, it was kind of cool because I think he was holding his lightsaber, and then Maul comes in and like ignites his lightsaber from across the room and like slices him in half essentially, and then basically calls his lightsaber back to him. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I did like that one. That was awesome. All right, so my number 4 scene is it's actually right before that. It's the hallway scene. So before he actually gets into where the Pikes are, I think it's in episode 1. So he hasn't got to the main one yet. But when he first appears,
wait, in the police area?
Is it in the police area? It's when
I think so. When he goes into the jail to get Vario.
Yes.
I have that on my list.
He's like in the background, and then he does the Darth Vader thing where it's all dark, and then he lights his lightsaber up. I thought my number 3. Yeah, that was my number 4. So Maul Pike hallway scene. That was pretty awesome. It's all over TikTok too. It's one of the more iconic scenes already. All right, Ava, you are at number 3. So what is your 3 scene?
My number 3 is also the Hollywood scene, but the one in the jail place.
Oh, against all the robots?
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I don't have much to say, but...
yeah, that was with the...
He, like, kills all the guys and closes the door and all that.
Yeah, and then he, like, doesn't he knock out the police officer guy? Yeah. He keeps him alive. We don't know why yet, but he did. He killed everybody
Probably
else.
to make that deal that we saw in the newer episode.
That's right. That's right. That's a good call.
Because he wanted to stay there. So.
All right. And then my number 3 is, I think, really the first time we see Maul in the animated series. And I called it the drop your weapon scene because they have Rook cast, which is his partner, have him pinned down. And he's like, drop your weapons. It's over. And then she's like, okay, we got to drop our weapons. And then Maul ends up being right behind them on the ship.
Oh, yeah.
And he appears and lights his lightsaber for the first time. So, yeah, that was my number 3.
I forgot about that.
I'm going to just call it drop your weapons. Yeah, that was the one that I think they showed that one in the trailer, too.
Yeah, they did.
Oops, it's a little too big. So we're going to do drop your weapon.
Close enough.
Close enough.
No, a lot of the scenes you're doing are good scenes, but I just completely forgot about them.
Yeah, I was going through them in my head, and I actually went back the other day and went on TikTok and looked at top scenes and just kind of flipped through them to see which ones, to remind myself of which ones I liked. All right, up to number 2. What you got?
I have the Devin and Docky versus Maul fight. This is in like the new episode.
Yes.
Where it's them two against him and they still can't beat him.
The cool thing about that one is Docky actually hurts Maul, which you don't really see too often.
Yeah.
He like kicks him in his cybernetic leg, or it's like is it cybernetic still? It's I know it's like Talisman magic. It's like because his legs aren't real, and he kicks him in his leg, and he kind of makes him limp a little bit.
Yeah.
It's one of the first times we see Maul actually get hurt.
And then at the end, we see the police guy just let them go, even though Jedi is supposed to be hunted.
Yep. So ironically, my number 2 scene is also the 2v1 scene. So we're just going to put 2v1 as our number 2 for both of us. That was a pretty awesome scene. It was episode 4, right? That was the last episode.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
My number 1 is the Devin and Maul fight. Simply because Maul just gets in her head, and then not only that, figures out her name somehow.
I got a theory on that, but go ahead.
But I just thought it was pretty cool, and then he lets her escape just for her to come back, and he already knew she was gonna come back with the police people and her master. He just predicted all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually have that same scene, and here's my theory on how he learns her name. So she actually, if you haven't seen it, sorry, spoiler alert, Maul's sitting down, pouring tea, essentially, and he has one of his lightsabers sitting right next to the table, and he knows that she's going to grab the lightsaber and try to fight him. So she grabs the lightsaber, he fights her, and he kind of antagonizes her until she gets angry. And I think when she gets angry, she almost bonds with the lightsaber because it's red, so it's been bled. Mm-hmm. And when he takes his lightsaber back, because we watch it with subtitles, and it says Maul's lightsaber speaks an alien language. You remember that?
Yeah.
I think that the lightsaber told him what her name was because it had bonded with her while she was fighting him.
Oh, that's cool.
That's my theory. We'll find out more, I'm sure. It was all over TikTok. Everybody was talking about how if you watched it on subtitles, it makes this weird sort of alien language. Yeah, and you're like, what is that? But if you have subtitles on, it actually says at the bottom, Darth Maul's lightsaber speaks alien language. And I think that was the lightsaber telling Maul what her name was.
Oh, speaking of, you should tell them about the voice putting over to his lightsaber igniting.
Oh, yes. So
that's cool.
That's another cool thing. I don't know if anybody saw the interviews with some of the creators. So the voice actor for Maul, his name is Sam Witwer. And obviously he's a really good voice actor. And he has an iconic scream that he does when he does Darth Maul's voice. And they took that scream and they put it into his lightsaber sound. So whenever you hear a lightsaber, when he lights his lightsaber up or if he swings it really hard, you can almost hear the scream of the lightsaber in it. It's really cool. So if you've already watched it, go back and watch it again and pay attention. There's actually, I think, the scene where he fights Devin.
Yeah, it's that scene.
Yeah, Devin lights her saber first, and it sounds like a normal lightsaber. And then Maul lights his.
It's like this screeching.
Yeah, it's
yell.
Really cool. Yeah. So if you haven't seen that, if you've seen it and you haven't watched that part, go back and watch it. Because that was pretty awesome. All right, so let me recap our top 5. I will give Ava's first. Her number 5 is when Daki disappears, essentially when he's being talked to, and he kind of just somehow disappears, essentially,
Poof.
like out of the blue, he's just gone. And then her number 4 is Maul versus the Pikes, when he actually kills the Pikes leader. And then the Maul hallway scene with the robots. He kills basically all the robots that rush after him in the hallway. And then the 2v1 with Devin and her master versus Maul. And then her number 1 is Maul versus Devin one-on-one. My number 5 is when Daki flips the car and then essentially tries to hold the bridge up after Maul breaks it. And then my number 4 is the Maul Pike hallway scene. Not the same one that Ava did. This was the episode 1 where he first fights the Pikes in their ship. And then the drop your weapon scene. You'll see Maul. We're losing connection here for some reason. Oh, there we're back. Maul essentially appears for the first time. That's by number 3. And then at the same as Ava, I had the 2v1 Maul versus her master, Devin and her master. And then my number 1 is the same as Ava's number 1, Maul versus Devin, where Maul's lightsaber actually speaks to him, which we haven't quite learned what that means yet, but we will hopefully find out soon. All right, let's get to our... What's that?
The chat disappeared.
Yeah, I think we lost connection for a second, so the chat disappeared. So we just need somebody to comment more, and it'll start showing up again. But we are, for some reason, having some issues with our connection, but we should be good now. All right, so that was our top 5 scenes. Now we're going to kind of talk about who we might see as cameo appearances in the last. I think we're going to have. I think there's 4 more episodes, or maybe
they're going to have better ones than I did. I didn't really know what to.
You didn't know what to pick.
I didn't know what to pick, so I just did based off like his lore and different information.
Okay, well let's.
So I feel like yours are going to be better.
We'll go ahead and kick it off. What is one of your favorite potential cameos?
I think this is a pretty like not controversial, universal, whatever the word is, like worldwide. Vader, I think you probably also have him on your list just because it just makes sense. I don't know. Do you have more to say about that?
I think for sure. I think Vader does make an appearance. He is on my list. I think they kind of alluded to it a couple different times. We've never seen Vader versus Maul, but they've kind of. I don't think so.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We've never seen. We've seen Anakin versus Maul, but we've never seen.
Not the same.
Not the same. No, we've never seen Vader versus Maul. So I do think we get Vader versus Maul in this series. My guess is probably going to be the season finale. That'll be what kind of sets up season 2, I think. But I think we will definitely see Vader fighting Maul at some point. I also added a bit of a wild card, but Quinlan Vos.
Oh.
I kind of like this because they've been kind of setting up Quinlan Vos a little bit, right? He was in Tales. They didn't really show him. He was also in Clone Wars
briefly.
He was mentioned in the Obi-Wan Kenobi live action series because he was the one that wrote his name on the wall for the path.
Yeah, he helped create the path.
He helped create the path, and I think if he does make an appearance, I think maybe he either has Devin go to the path, or maybe Daki goes to the path, or they've been kind of setting up his character a little bit, and I think he might make an appearance, or at least be mentioned in the Maul series as well. So Quinlan Vos is someone that I think we could possibly see.
Okay, so for one of mine, this is based on his lore. I would say maybe the witches, because anytime like when in Clone Wars, he was injured and so was Savage, they went to the witches to basically get repaired. So it's possible that we would see them anytime he goes back there, if he ever goes back there. But that's kind of all I have to say.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I also have Asajj Ventress.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, I think she's obviously had some run-ins with Maul, and at one point she was sort of in cahoots with Shabazz Opress, which is Maul's brother, and I could see her kind of making an appearance. Now, as far as the timeline goes, I don't exactly know where she is in her story.
I think she's a bounty hunter at this point because it's at the same time as Bad Batch.
I think it's during the Empire's reign.
Yeah, so isn't it
So
during
it's
Bad Batch?
probably during the Bad Batch
Because
time.
it's like
So
right after Order 66 and all
yeah,
of that. So it would be during Bad Batch time when she's a bounty hunter still.
yeah, that's because I think when she was Dooku's apprentice is when the Clone Wars was still going on.
Yeah.
And then Order 66. So she's probably a bounty hunter. You're probably
Yeah.
right. That's probably where she's at. Or is she already a good guy and she's with Quinlan Voss and they both make an appearance?
Oh.
Because that's a possibility as well. Who's this in the chat? Having this going in the background while playing Celeste is amazing. What is that? I don't know. We're gonna put it on screen. There we go.
No, that's Damien. I can tell.
Okay. All right. And then I had. Do you have any more cameo appearances?
I have an Inquisitor because the Empire was called, and since they're hunting Maul, they would send the Inquisitors as we did in Rebels.
Yeah, I think we've seen 2 Inquisitors in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones they were. I think Marok is the one that was also in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think he definitely shows up. And then because of that, I think also there's potential that Bo-Katan could show up as well.
Oh, I would. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, because Rook Cast obviously is Mandalorian, and Bo-Katan and her have a history.
She like reunited all of them in the end.
Yep. So I think she could potentially make an appearance as well. So yeah, I think those are mine. Asajj Ventress, Bo-Katan. I think we both agree that Vader's going to make an appearance probably in the season finale. I would imagine. I'd love to see Quinlan Voss. He's a little bit of an unknown character if you're not really deep into the Star Wars lore. You probably don't know who he is, but he would be really cool to add. I think they're sort of setting him up to have his own story eventually. I don't know if they'll create another series out of it, but maybe they'll make him another Tales, Tales shorts like they did before. But yeah, those are mine. And then you had which ones again?
Vader, one of the witches, and an
Inquisitor. Okay, good. All right, we're going to wrap it up with Savage Opress, who is Darth Maul's brother. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of him on screen so y'all can see what he looks like if you don't already know. Kind of looks like Maul in a way. He's not
just
red.
yellow.
He's kind of yellow. He's definitely bigger. He's like more brutish than Maul.
I think his horns are also like longer.
Yeah, his horns are longer. Obviously, one of them's broken in this picture, and you can see he's got a cybernetic arm as well because he got his arm sliced off. What's that?
2 of them are broken.
Oh yeah, you're right. 2 of them on the side of his head are broken, and he's got a cybernetic arm. And so, Savage Opress was kind of originally part of a plan for the Night Sisters to kill Count Dooku.
And then it failed.
And essentially,
he went crazy.
Yeah, he kind of went nuts. And then I think Dooku eventually turns him into his apprentice because Dooku trains him at one point.
No, that was the plan.
That was right.
They sent him to be like the new apprentice, like as a deal. Like since Ventress didn't work, here's a new one. And then like the goal was that Savage would like turn against Dooku and kill him, but obviously it's not what happened.
Yeah, because Dooku was way too powerful for him. But I will say, Savage Opress, I mean, for the limited training that he had and the limited, force ability that he had, he had force ability, but he didn't have a lot of training in it. His first sort of battle was he went and, killed a bunch of clone troopers and killed a Jedi Master and a Padawan. So he was no slouch for sure. I mean,
I just feel like his death was kind of bleh.
Yeah, he was killed by Emperor Palpatine.
I get that it would be easy because he's fighting Palpatine, but I also feel like they kind of just killed him like that. Like, I felt like they could have given him more of a chance.
Yeah, he definitely had a very short-lived career.
Because he had, like, such a good character build-up, and then they just killed him.
Killed him right off, yeah. And of course, Maul, loses his brother. He lost it. Basically, I think he said it in the series that he's lost it. His mother was murdered. His brother was murdered.
His master betrayed him.
So he's
lost his legs.
He's definitely been through it. Yeah, he got sliced in half by Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's definitely been through it. That's for sure. But yeah, the series so far has been awesome. But going back to Savage Opress, is there anything else that you wanted to mention about him?
I just feel like overall his design and story was pretty cool, but like I said, they could have done better with his ending. I kind of like want him to not actually be dead. I just know that's not possible. Or they could do like what the witches do and like
Bring
bring
him
him
back.
back. Because I feel like he was very, very short lived. Like he could have been more.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and I think if you watch the battle, that was one of my favorite battles too with lightsabers is when Palpatine fought Maul and his brother at the same time, where you see just how powerful Palpatine is because he's laughing and just toying with Maul and Savage Opress, who are pretty good in their own right, and Palpatine never once even falters and just sort of throws them to the side, and they're just nothing to him. It just
Kind of
shows.
reminds me of when we were playing the Star Wars Lego games and we were like fighting Palpatine in like Revenge of the Sith, and we were just doing horrible. We
Yeah,
just kept getting thrown out of the way. We
yeah.
were just failing.
Palpatine definitely was giving us the business in the Lego game for sure.
Yeah.
All right. That pretty much wraps up our show for tonight. I hope, if you've already started watching the Darth Maul series, hopefully you enjoyed as much as we do. We probably won't be able to watch the next two episodes until probably Wednesday because I actually work the next 2 days and I won't be able to watch it. But we'll watch it on Wednesday. And then, I think the last episode is going to come out May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. They're going to release 2 episodes. So we'll watch those and probably have a reaction show to that. They've already renewed it for season 2, which is awesome. So we'll looking forward to that as well. But
We'll also be watching the Mandalorian Grogu movie.
Mandalorian and Grogu for
in
sure.
the
That'll be
theaters.
the end of May, and then Ahsoka season 2 is at some point this year as well.
Yeah, it's towards the end, but it doesn't have a specific date yet.
Yeah, so lots of good things happening in the Star Wars universe. Lots of things for us to talk about. So hope you enjoyed the show. As always, be sure to follow us on YouTube at I Am No Jedi Podcast. Like, subscribe, do all that. Share it with your friends. We really appreciate it. And until next time.